Hello, I'm Ken Kalman of Emercomm. To set the stage for this presentation, let me start by saying that Emercomm is a professional services organization that works with your organization in your quest to become more competitive. The majority of that improvement is through the implementation of lean management methodologies. Although we do work with large multinationals, the majority of our clients are small to medium businesses, or SMBs. These are organizations that are taking the initiative to get ahead of their competitors in order to not only survive, but thrive. The issue that we've attacked with our LeanControl RTO services and related application is that SMB organizations can't afford the control mechanisms that the larger organizations are using. In some cases, the owners and/or executives of SMBs don't know what they don't know about how they can fight back. In this presentation, I'll speak about something that we've developed that has a low cost of investment and can help the SMB organization thrive in the 21st century competitive environment. Two of the business drivers that really drive competition are speed and management. Increase the speed of everything you do and get the business to a point where management is actually managing the business, not running around constantly firefighting and telling people what to do. Being lean at the enterprise level comes down to this one sentence. Although Emercomm has services to ensure your organization has both the right people and the right information, this presentation is about how we'll help you create an environment where the right action or activity is taking place at the right time. I have a few questions for you to ponder. As you look at these, I'll let you in on the 4 targets of a lean organization. Reduce elapsed business cycle time, reduce human effort and movement, reduce overhead, and manage your business risks effectively. I have one more set of questions for you. An area that is rife with wasted time, effort, cost, and has significant business risk is human resources. If you've answered no to any of these questions, HR is likely an issue for you in a number of ways. All organizations need to do business with many different stakeholders, and we all use the same types of primary software, enterprise resource planning being a typical centerpiece. There are now several methods of having your software housed and how users can connect to the applications. I have a question. What's missing? What are you using to control the business processes and the people that execute them? It's in your business processes that significant amounts of waste and risk reside. Many organizations state that they are working on business process improvement. My question is, at what level? Process mapping and modeling are both valid and useful technologies if all you're doing is documenting how you want the business to work, or creating ISO documentation. Emercomm actually uses process modeling solutions to calculate waste using the value stream mapping methodology. However, these are passive technologies. If you've done work with either, take a look around the business sometime and ask some questions. 1. Where is that documentation? And 2, ask the people doing the various jobs with various levels of experience if they can describe the processes, tasks, and decision points of their job descriptions. I actually once found the copy of an ISO manual being used to elevate the second screen of a laptop on a purchasing manager's desk. You might be surprised. Now, Automating the business processes as you've determined them to be most effective creates the ability to proactively manage and control your organization. Only people who are authorized to execute part of a business process actually get access to do so. All decisions and authorizations are automatically routed to the appropriate person or team of people. All results of every business process are kept in audit logs so that management can continually monitor and improve in the efficiency of the processes and the people that work in them. Large organizations are using this technology. They can afford the capital costs, the internal resources that will take years to work through everything, and of course the consultants that will spend time and bill the customer to create process to the finest level of detail. With some ERP and automated BPM solutions, they actually embed the processes in the ERP software. Now, that may sound logical, but consider the cost of the next ERP upgrade. Seeing the advantage for SMB organizations if they were able to use such a technology, I figured there had to be some way by which a technology and application could be developed that made sense both functionally and financially to an SMB organization. In conjunction with a technology partner we found in New Zealand, we created the LeanControl RTO application. RTO is an acronym for Real-Time Organization. What Emercomm has done is create a set of common business practices for customer, supplier, engineering, human resources, information technology, and project management. Where it has made sense, we've embedded lean methodologies in the business processes. For instance, the business processes required to implement or support single point of contact service is embedded in our customer-centric process management group of processes. What LeanControl does is work with your other technologies. There's never a need to disturb a software program in another application, nor is it likely to replace workflow engines within an ERP solution. Since our application has its own SQL database, it's capable of storing data as part of a process, which may reduce the need to modify or add user-defined fields to other software applications. When a user logs into LeanControl, they're presented with the list of tasks assigned to them, but also have a list of processes that they are allowed to start. For instance, as a credit clerk, I might have credit checks to execute on my task list, but the process was started by sales creating a new customer record. The same clerk, in their role as employee, can start the leave request process, which will then create tasks for human resources in order to validate the accrued time available. The credit clerk is using an ERP solution and likely an internet connection to do the research on the new customer, but as an employee, may have access to their vacation accrual, which is on an HR system. We attach to all of them. Two control factors are very important. It is impossible for a task that is assigned to a person to not be executed. And if that task is time critical, it is impossible for it to become past due, because that task would automatically escalate up the management change until it was dealt with. LeanControl maintains audit logs of each transaction. From a risk management point of view, the system can provide proof of the steps taken and time frame of any situation that may become legal or need validation to a government authority. From the point of view of continuing to reduce waste, the management metrics provide information that points management in the direction of either changing a process or taking corrective action with an employee or group of employees that may be having issues in getting the job done properly. LeanControl is also green. 80% or more of the paper that's being printed and shuffled around your business will disappear. I wrote an article regarding the true cost of paper, which you can find in the resources section of our website. I spoke about the passive process technologies being used for ISO and similar certifications. With those, you are audited, which takes time, uses your resources, and costs you a significant amount of money. With LeanControl RTO, the entire audit is in the audit trails of the transactions. As long as your employees are mandated to execute the business processes, your business cannot be out of compliance in that area of your certification. A typical implementation of LeanControl RTO will take approximately 3 months, and we suggest starting with HRPM, our Human Resources Process Management Group. This is to have your employees become accustomed to using business process applications, and they also see the personal benefits in using this type of technology. If you're going to launch an initiative, you'll need your employees on site. Between the use of HRPM and the supporting services they receive during the implementation, providing them with a quick win is a good way to start a project. There's very little for your IT staff to learn in order to implement or support the LeanControl RTO application. What they do need to know, we'll teach them and then certify them. Most organizations should have a positive return on investment within 6 months due to the low cost and fast implementation timeframe of LeanControl. Of course, we support the implementation with our other professional services as required to ensure a successful implementation. From the executive team down, we'll provide education, training, and coaching as required. Another service that we provide is a methodology called Total Employment Lifecycle Management. This is a methodology that organizations use in order to ensure that they have the right people in the organization and risks associated with having employees are managed. That's a topic for another time, but you should be aware of it. The Virtual Chief Process Officer is an executive-to-executive advisory program whereby we assist you on an ongoing basis to ensure that your processes are lean and root causes of waste or risks are identified and managed. Organizations often think of disaster recovery in the context of your computer system crashing. Well, that's not all. There are other situations that, however unlikely, should be considered. For instance, what would happen if a tornado hit your building? What would happen if one of your critical human resources was to suddenly become unavailable? These things have happened to clients that I've worked with. I trust this presentation has been informative. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and I'm well past that mark. If you have an interest in understanding more or seeing LeanControl RTO in action, please contact Emercomm at the email address you see on your screen. We'll set up a time to go to the next stage of your investigation, whether that's just a conversation or a web-based presentation. What's been proven many times, and what we know is this: lean organizations win business. They beat their competition by being quick to respond and deliver, and they deliver great value to their customers. This has been Ken Cowman for Emercomm Business Consultants. I look forward to having a conversation with you in the very near future.